Hello, welcome to another arena run brought to you by myself, the lovely Q2APC. Jump into the arena and show my prowess, smack down the other competitors, put them in their place, and I will put them in their place as I do like Warrior, but I was Warrior last time, so definitely picking Mage this time. Hunter I don't like very much.
You asked for it.
Mage is gonna be so annoying. Alright, my initial opening rare, definitely not the Arcane Golem. Young Priestess is a card that's sometimes good, but Violet Teacher is almost as good as a value Yeti, I would say. She's pretty close to value Yeti level power. She's got potential to be better than him, not strictly better. Here, Flame Strike. I don't really like Flame Strike a lot. I guess a lot of people, they get hit by Flame Strike, are like, fucking Mage is Flame Strike OP, but I think when you play a Mage, Flame Strike usually isn't the card that wins you the games. It's more about the fireballs and the other things in the toolkit, the blizzards, the frost novas. That said, though, I don't love Stormwind Champion. I don't like Arcane Missiles much either, so I'm going to pick up the Flame Strike. Here I'm definitely taking the Mana Worm. I love Mana Worm. Core Hound's not a bad card either, but definitely the Mana Worm. Here, Abusive Sergeant. I love the utility it gives. It's like, I like it even more than Shattered Sun Cleric or kind of tricky mini dudes. Definitely Sorcerer's Apprentice here. Not much to say there. 3-2 with some good upside. This is kind of an interesting choice because these are all good cards. The Mana Worm is kind of my initial reaction. The Acolyte of Pain can occasionally get you some nice card draw. He's okay. The Water Elemental though is really, really good too. That's one of the few 4-drops I think I actually do like the Water Elemental more than the Value Yeti. It's hard to turn down a Water Elemental, but at the same time, Mana Worm can be so good. But I think I like the Water Elemental more. This is a hard pick for me, but I'm gonna go with the Water Elemental. Taking up my choice of 1-drops. Abusive Sergeant's my pick here. I like the other one just fine too. The 1-1 with Divine Shield is okay. Here I can take either. I wouldn't take the Reckless Rocketeer. You can take the Berserker. As a mage, it's really easy to get his attack going up pretty high, or I could just take the cantripping 2-drop. I'm leaning towards the Novice Engineer here. I'm not really super fond of Gurubashi Berserker, to be perfectly honest. He's pretty good. I think I will take him, just barely. Oh, here's another interesting choice. Mirror Image works well with Mana Worms, but I would rather think I'd take another Mana Worm. But even more than Mana Worm, I really, really like Ventricle Mercenary. I'm definitely going to pick up the Mercenary. He is pretty good at 2-for-1ing stuff. Some interesting choice of utility here. I think it'll be the Crazed Alchemist. He's a 2-2 for 2, and his battle cry is occasionally kind of good. Mana Wraith is really awkward, I think. And Alarm Bot's not my cup of tea. Definitely the Shattered Sun Cleric here. I really need some 3-drops, and he fits in there. I like Boulder Fist Ogre a lot. I also like Dark Iron Dwarf a lot. It's a bit of a tough pick for me, but I think I'm going to go with the Dark Iron Dwarf here, just because he's the more inexpensive card. I like to round out the middle of my curve as best as I can. Here, definitely the Razorfen Hunter Ice Bearer is not a card I like at all. I'm not super fond of Arcane Explosion, but I do like it better than the alternatives. It's a situational card, but occasionally it can really do a lot. Frost Nova's, I think, a really good card. It can really just stall the board out and let you gain control, and sets up better flame strikes. I really like Silverhand Knight, but at the same time, Fairy Drop is one of the better 2-drops. I think I would rather solidify my nice early 2-drops. But Silverhand Knight really is one of my favorite 5-drop, common minions. Choice here, I really do like the Tide Hunter. He can be hard to deal with. sometimes, but the utility the use gives is pretty big, so enough so that I'll take him over the Tide Hunter. A rare, eh? Dakota's a nice card. I find most of the time I use them, I don't actually end up using this battle cry. Even if you don't use the battle cry, though, 3 5 for 5 is a slightly non-terrible minion. The Cobra's awkward. I find I don't get it doesn't do much most of the time. It seldom trades with something powerful. Sunfury Protector is an okay card. I'm gonna go with the Kodo here though, because it can kill some annoying stuff sometimes. Earthen Ring Farseer is not a card I actually like that much, and in general I love the minions that give you two guys, like I already talked about the Silverhand Knight as well as the Murloc, and I actually picked the Razorfen Hunter. But of all the Dragon Link mechanic is my least favorite one. He only gives you 4 power for 4 mana. The Murloc gives you 3 power for 2 mana. The Razorfin Hunter is not very good either. He gives you 3 for 3. He's pretty bad too. This guy gives you 4 for 4, and the Silverhand Knight gives you 6 for 5. So I'm gonna just take this Farseer guy. Definitely the Azure Drake here. I love Azure Drake in just about any kind of deck. Even if you never use the spell power aspect of her, the 4/4 for 5 that draws a card is great. Polymorph is nice to have a lot of the time, but Harvest Golem is almost always really nice. At the same time, there's so many things that you really need Polymorph for. I'm going to take Polymorph here. I can live without the Harvest Golem, but there's some situations where I'll just really, really need to Polymorph things. Grab another Sorcerer's Apprentice here. Lepronome is a good 1-drop. I already have 3 1-drops. I don't really feel like I need another one, and I really do like Water Elemental, so I'm going to grab the second Water Elemental. Interesting choice here. I really like having at least some silence in the deck, and this is my preferred silence minion. I like him a lot more than the Owl. The Tide Hunter is probably not what I'm not really thinking about that. It's between the Knight and the Spellbreaker, and I really need a silence. If I already had some silence, I might take the Knight instead. Well, I already have 2 Sorcerer's Apprentices, but more 3/2s are usually a good thing. Frostwolf Warlord's just a really big minion, though. It's a lot of the times a 6/6 or 7/7 for 5, which is pretty good. But I think I'm just going to keep taking Sorcerer's Apprentices here. Make sure I've got that early game presence. Again, I don't like Ice Barrier. Raid Leader and Direwolf Alpha are very similar cards. Very, very similar cards. But most of the time I would go with the Direwolf, so I think I will here as well. You seldom need the extra power the other one provides you. Here, well, Pyromancer can be pretty good and surprisingly good in a lot of cases. But I already have so many 3/2s that I don't really want them that much. The Auctioneer is a bit meh. I don't have as many spells as I would like. I have hardly any at all. I haven't seen any like Fireballs, which is one of my favorite mage spells. So I might just grab the Sunwalker here. That's what I think I'll do. Just flesh out my higher end a bit. These taunt minions are terrible. Definitely taking the Geomancer. Don't really like the Geomancer, but I like it more than the alternatives. Grab the Argent Commander here. And finish things off with an Epic. And Sea Giant is definitely going to be my choice of Epic. Spellbender's not a terrible card. Murloc War Leech is obviously terrible. But Sea Giant's actually a pretty good card. So a reasonable deck, all things considered. Things I would like would be Fireball. I wish I had some Fireballs. No Value Yetis, but I've got some Value Yeti Facsimiles. Violet Teacher is kind of a Value Yeti Facsimile. So is the Azure Drake, and so is the Dark Iron Dwarf. They're kind of in that same region. Got a Ventrico Mercenary. I've got, all in all, a pretty reasonably good deck, I think. My forecast, my prediction is going to be 8 wins. So wish me luck on my 8-win track. The first match is always your most interesting match, I think, because you get a feel for your deck, how it plays out. You should have a pretty good idea just by knowing what's in it, but see it in practice. And also, you can really face anyone in this first match. You can face the best player in the world or the worst one. You can really go either way. That rattling, ticking. Oh, now it's slowed down. It's taking me a little bit longer than I'm used to. I'm happy. I forget what my biggest choices were. One of them was the polymorph, though. I'm really glad I took that polymorph.
Jaina versus Uther.
So many situations where you need
I
it.
will fight with honor.
Paladin, so it's kind of nice to have the acidic swamp move in hand. I think I'll keep him, drop the other two. The use is always so awkward, though. It's like you want him in your hand, but you don't want to play him. He's weird. It's like, ideally, you want to top deck him the moment they play a weapon. But I'm probably just going to play him on turn 2. Maybe I should have kept the Craze Alchemist guy. Actually, I take it all back. It looks like it'll be the Geomancer. Obviously, I like playing a 3-2 more than a 2-2, but it's important to hold that ooze back. Because True Silver Champion is a thing. Yup. He doesn't seem to care about his ooze. I'm going to play Dragon Wrath, the legendary Mage Staff. Just you wait and see, buddy. I've got weapons. Or some other mage weapons. The one that summoned the Valkyries. And I see that was a good one. He really needs to fear my mage weapons. He's not respecting my mage weapon power. Obviously, because they're actually Artenian Hearthstone. He's a tricky devil. Not much of a play here. I think I'm just going to trade. Well, actually, no. I do have. Yeah, I think I'm just going to blow this guy up with the Arcane Explosion. Keep my Cobalt on the board. The alternative would have been just trading and then using my hero power on the 1-1 and keeping the Arcane Explosion. It's essentially my choice of either do I want to keep Cobalt on the board or the Arcane Explosion in the hand, which of the two is more valuable to me. The Cobalt, well, this opponent's not that good. Him playing gold in there and giving me an extra mana crystal, that's really going to hurt him a fair bit, I think. I will make him regret his decision. Definitely playing the Water Elemental and just gonna trade away with the Golem. I'm in a pretty good spot. I got a Water Elemental which is a great minion. She can't be killed by the True Silver Champion. I've got Dark Iron Dwarf to buff up my Water Elemental. He plays like a value Yeti or something. He is playing the True Silver Champion. Well, I'm gonna make him regret that. So, True Silver Champion, all it does is dealt 4 damage to me and gained 2 life, which is a really, really weak play. He's gonna not be happy. Next turn, I'll even have enough mana to play my Abuse Sergeant and play the Sea Giant. Unless he kills one of my dudes. Yes, he does kill one of my dudes. That means I'm gonna be mana short of doing both of those things. Instead, I guess, I could Shattered Sun Cleric the 4-2 just to get him out of Consecrate range, I think is what I'm going to do.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
He's out of Consecrate range. We'll just get some damage in. So I've got Lethal plus a Polymorph in hand, so even if he plays like the 6 mana taunt guy who's a 4-5 with Divine Shield, I can still get him. Restore, yeah, this opponent doesn't seem like he's very good. No disrespect, he's playing a lot of cards just to gain him life. He hasn't accomplished much. He threw away his True Silver Champion. So 18. Well, he's not dead yet, and I do have enough mana to play both my creatures, because when I play this one,
Your magic shall not save.
Yeah, this one's cheaper. Let's see, 16. I'm a bit short of lethal, so I will
push forward.
Trade, or not trade, remove his minion. And now I can't see anything that would save him in this situation. He is in dire, deep waters. Restoring 6 health is not going to do it.
The victory is
I'm giving him well played. Still, to be respectful, but honestly, that was a pretty one-sided match. Maybe he just got unlucky and didn't get the cards he needed, but from what I saw of his deck, the cards he played were pretty weak. And even the good cards he played, like the True Silver Champion, he didn't really use it well. So that's my first win. Pretty easy. Thus, I don't think it was a good test of my deck. I'm not like getting cocky after that win and saying that, oh geez, my deck is so strong, I just walked all over him. No, I think that was just the case that his deck wasn't that good. So that hasn't really inspired confidence in my own deck.
versus Jaina.
Pushmer, fellow mage. I'm gonna get one of my worms. I'm gonna mulligan the west away though. Hopefully get a 2-drop or something. I like curving out. It's the most important thing in the game. So I can coin into the Abusive Sergeant, but that's just a terrible idea. Because it wastes his battle cry, and my opponent can just use his hero power to kill the Abusive Sergeant. Not effective use of resources. Let's see. Bit of an awkward spot. Because he's got a good minion. I think I just have to play this, drop the coin, play the Abusive Sergeant, and I'm not going to choose to trade with his minion. He can trade with mine on his turn. Even if he plays a Shattered Sun Cleric, I'm perfectly fine with just Fire Blasting it to finish off the last point of damage. So he's getting some pretty good card advantage against me. My Abusive Sergeant just kind of got eaten up. And not only that, but my coin didn't really do much at all. My Mana Worm was a pretty uninspiring play. He's thinking about which minion he wants to eat. Eats the worm. Doesn't really matter to me which one he chose.
Don't mess with Chuska. Job's done.
I've got board control. I'm a bit behind on card advantage. It's good that I do have board control since I was going second. It's hard to get board control when you're on the play, but I managed to do it, so I'm happy about that. Violet Teacher was a nice draw here. 4-drop, continue curving out. Pretty much what I wanted.
Attention, class.
I will trade with his minion here. Just play it safe. Maybe I didn't have to. I could see being aggressive. This wasn't really a favorable trade, and probably just gonna polymorph and nuke this guy. Yep, polymorph. Get to be a little apprentice. I'm starting to take him pretty low here. He's down to 14. He's a turn away from Flame Strike, and I'll have a 3/5. So even if he does Flame Strike, that Violet Teacher should live, unless he does damage to her this turn to bring her into Flame Strike range next turn, which is certainly possible. Alright, he has the Value Yeti. Probably just play the Ventricle Mercenary here and go to the face. Yep. Ventricle Mercenary also survives Flame Strike.
What to do?
You gotta be kidding me!
Construction begins.
And now he's really, really, really low. I myself with the Flame Strike in hand, if he puts a bunch of stuff on the board, that's what I'll probably go and do. Although he's so low that I may just have lethal, depending on what he does. One thing, Barry said this in the draft, but the weakness of my deck is I don't have any fireballs. They're great for board control and for finishers. It always frustrates me when I can get my opponent down at 10 health or less, and then I just can't close the game out.
Mind if I roll knee?
Looks like it'll be a Flame Strike for me. Not the best Flame Strike in the world, but it's a clear line of play here. The one downside of it is I could have just fireballed him to take him down to 1 life and maybe kill him a turn earlier, but
Well played.
I've got a Silence guy in hand. Well played. That match was a lot closer than the first match, but I still did pretty well. I gave up some card advantage, but in exchange I got really good board advantage, and he just could never recover from it. I really like just the fact that there's no bad cards in this deck. The worst card is probably Cobalt Geomancer off the top of my head. There were some other ones I didn't like picking either, but
Thrall.
nothing terrible. They're all reasonable.
You asked for it.
Thrall here. I'll keep the Water Elemental. I really like Water Elemental. But mulligan the other two. Ooze, I don't really fear Shaman weapons. There is that the 2 attack weapon with 3 Building Overload, Stormforge Dax, or whatever it's called. It's pretty good, but I don't necessarily fear it. I'm going to coin into Sorcerer's Apprentice here. Make him be afraid. It's because I have another 2-drop. If I don't draw something to play on turn 3 in either of my next 2 turns, that'll be a bit awkward. But there's a reasonably high chance of me drawing a 3 or less drop in 2 cards. It's a bit of a risk, though. Looks like he doesn't fear my weapons any more than I fear his weapons. I'm not going to trade with his minion. No real point. I'd rather get the damage in on him instead. I'm pretty aggressive like that. My opinion on trading is anytime that you're pretty sure that they would just trade with you, why should you trade with them? You should just get the damage on them and make them trade. You have to know when you might potentially regret it. Okay, so even if I don't draw a 3-drop here, I'm reasonably happy with just using my hero power. Not the best use of the turn, but it could be worse. Now here I think I will trade with his 1-1 just because it's a favorable trade. And I don't want to save my hero power to use on it. Oh, Knife Juggler. Oh no! Oh no! Phew. That was a close one. Definite. Water Elemental definitely kill the Knife Juggler. I'm in a pretty good spot here. I've got some nice plays coming up. I'm not sure if I'll play the Venture Co. on my next turn, just because the Water Elemental plus Abuse of Surgeon's a pretty good play, too.
I love my new recipe.
Aww. My poor frog. He just killed my frog. A crazed alchemist did something to my frog and it died. So with nothing to buff up, I really don't like the Abusive Surgeon play all that much. But Ventrico is a bit of a pain as well because he's really going to hinder me from playing the minions I want to play. Oh well.
You gotta be kidding me!
Not the best Ventrico in the world, but I'll still be able to do some stuff on my turn. And he's just so threatening. 7-6, he demands respect. interesting. My opponent's running into him. I wonder why he did that. Well, I can kill his healing stream totem, but I don't really see the point. I'm just going to
Get in there and fight, maggot!
go straight for the face.
How you doing?
Nuke his low totem though. See if he wants to trade my Venture Bro for his Jaguar dude. Aw, he gets my 2-1. Darn you, Kodo. So he's got board control, which I obviously don't like. Not a good opportunity for Flame Strike here. Probably just drop the Sunwalker. Yep, just gonna drop the Sunwalker.
Truth is my shield.
High probability of me Flame Striking him on my next turn. A very high probability. It's because I've got to kill all those totems. It'll also finish off Kodo. We'll see if he overcommits to the board. Come on,
Squire,
more.
attend
Oh, delicious Flame Strike
Ready, sir.
incoming. I'm gonna even get a Mana Worm, which I may as well play pre-Flame Strike because I can. Rush! Flame Strike. I don't feel the need to trade with his
Justice
3-1.
shall prevail.
I'll let his 3-1 live. Get the damage in on him. I'm in a pretty good position here. You can't hit my Mana Worm. My other guy's got taunt. Silly Shaman.
Don't mess with Tusker.
Looks like he's re-established his board with free Tenacious Ferocity. That's the thing about Flame Strike, is that you spend your turn essentially Flame Striking, and then they get to answer back. I guess I'm definitely playing the Arcane Explosion. And what else? Probably silencing his annoying minion.
Your magic shall not save
Yeah, and I guess I may as well summon a Fairy Dragon. I don't have lethal. He could play Bloodlust, which would make me want to trade with his guys. I might just do middle of the road here and knock out one of them, but not the other one. And he succeeds.
Well played.
That was easy enough. Well, I complete the quests. That'll help fund my next arena run. I never have trouble with gold, though. I mean, you see that I don't have a lot, but it's just because I don't save it up. I like to, once I get 500 or so, I just buy a bunch of packs. I can't. The temptation for me to spend my gold is just too strong. So continuing on with my impressive early game luck in getting not too strong opponents. He had my Flame Strike there. That was one of the other cards I almost didn't take. I thought about not taking a Flame Strike.
For Doomhammer.
But you really do
You
need one
asked
Flame
for it.
Strike. Another Shaman. I have to mulligan my whole opening hand. The Frost Nova I haven't really used much effect. Kind of regretting taking the Frost Nova. Nice opening hand. Probably play the Abusive Sergeant on the empty board. I don't hesitate to play turn 1 Abusive Sergeant, so as long as I'm not playing against an opponent who has a hero power that can kill it, such as Mage, Rogue, or 7% Paladin,
Greetings, friend.
I'm happy playing it.
Hello.
I'll play the Direwolf Alpha here, I guess. Maybe not, though. Might just play the other guy.
Sever my wrath.
Keep the Alpha in hand. I'll be a bit grumpy if he plays his weapon, but hey, what can you do?
Don't mess with
Alright,
us.
I'm fine with that guy because I can Direwolf, which lets the little guy trade up, and the big guy can trade as well. Just prevent any sort of shenanigans from him. Things are going alright.
Don't mess.
He's got another one. Well, I can trade favorably with that one as well. Not as favorably, but still pretty okay. Again, I'm doing this mainly because it keeps my wolf alive. My trading really wasn't that favorable. I lost 2 minions and he lost 2 minions. So it wasn't actually, if anything, it was a trade favoring him because I also lost damage onto a wolf. His plays were actually better than mine. That's okay.
What to do?
Ah. Well, the good news is it's a 1/1 frog. Could be worse. This is a little bit awkward. I don't really want to throw the Kodo down onto an empty board, or without using its power. I think it will be better to. Yeah, it's definitely better to just play these other guys. I should have played one of them on the opposite side of the wolf, though. Kind of silly on my part that I didn't. Really silly. Wasn't thinking about that. And maybe he thinks that I've got an Urgent Crusader now. It's a mind game. He thinks I'm going to play the Urgent, the charge guy on the left-hand side. That's why I did it. Well, Flame Strike. Oh, actually, this is a super value Kodo right here. Super Kodo. So if I played a minion on the prop side of the wolf, I would have been doing 1 more damage to him this turn, which would have been nice. But it's not the end of the world that I don't get to do that. The Kodo there just did some crazy work. Ah, the Fire Elemental. Things are heating up. Interestingly, chose that guy instead of the wolf. I feel that the wolf may have been the more threatening card, really. I think I probably will trade with his Fire Elemental. Well, no, I do have this Taunt Bugger. Maybe I won't. Hmm. You know what? I'm just gonna be really aggressive here and ignore his Fire Elemental and go for the throat. I partially did that because I had a Man Worm and it gained my Man Worm the attack. So I got Lethal and a Flame Strike. It's a good combination of things to have. And if he's resorting to using his hero power on this turn, things are not going to go well for him. Again, lightning bolting that guy, not a good choice. My wolf is actually adding 4 power to my board. That guy only was adding 2. Well, 3 really after a Flame Strike. But there's the Flame Strike, and I do indeed have lethal. That was another quick one. I find Shamans in general are one of the weaker classes. I would say Shamans and Hunters are my easiest wins. I will play against Shamans and Hunters in Arena all day long. To 4 wins, halfway to my forecasted 8. I'm not getting too cocky though, because your first wins are usually your easiest ones. Not the very first one, but it gets progressively harder after that. Because in theory, I think I'm playing other people who are 4 now. It really doesn't seem like it. Like that guy, in theory, he should have been another deck that was 3-0 if their pairing system made any sort of sense. I'm surprised that he could have gone 3-0 with that deck. It doesn't seem like it was the kind of deck that should have gone 3-0. Just Frost Nova, keep the other 2. Priests are another class I don't mind facing ever since Laner of Mind Control. I find I've got a pretty easy time with them as well. Holy Nova's their biggest card to worry about. Interesting. Getting in with the charge already. Alright. He strikes first blow in our battle of epic proportions. See if he's got any kind of follow-up for that, though. Or if my 3-2 will just eat him up. Looks like my 3-2 is just going to eat him for breakfast. I could play the Direwolf Alpha and the Abusive Sergeant here, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna drop this guy down and trade away. If he eats my 1-1 with his 2-2, I might just hero power his 2-2. Unless he also heals it. We'll see what he does. Coins into something. Yeti? Value Yeti? Twilight Drake?
Silvermoon shall not
Guardian. Interesting. I think here I will play the Direwolf and nuke his dude and kill it. I can't get cast my Sea Giant though because I keep trading our boards away. Oh well. Next turn it'll probably be Dark Iron Dwarf and Abusive Sergeant, and then Sunwalker. I've got some good plays lined up. I'm feeling pretty good about this game. Silence with my wolf is really not a big deal because I think my aforementioned play is still the right one here.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
I buff up my little guy and buff up the other guy as well. Get some damage in. I'm in a pretty good spot here. He's got 5 cards in hand, and I'll have 4 when it's my turn, so 1 less card. But in exchange, I've got a board more than worth. I fibbed about Sunwalker because it looks like Sea Giant is about to strike. Bit of a choice here of do I want to take 1 damage there or there. I think well, I'm definitely doing this. I just don't know what I want to kill the Acolyte of Pain with. Do I want to have a 4-1 or a 4-3? I think I want to have a 4-3. There's too many things that can do 1 damage to my wolf to kill it off really easy. I don't want that to happen. And as a priest, he has, of course, Holy Nova. He's got the big game hunter. That's alright. Good play. I'll give him a well played for that.
Well played.
What to do, what to do. I could play the Drake and the Sorcerer's Apprentice, which is a reasonable play. Probably what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm doing it up. Unless I draw something better to play with the Drake, of course, that would change my line of thinking. I don't feel the need to trade with him. I'm going to be aggressive. He can trade with any of my minions, or maybe he's got some better play, like a Holy Nova would be a pretty good Holy Nova to get 2 of my guys. I do have lethal. I don't know if he's aware of this, but okay, he heals himself up. So now I no longer have lethal. Wait, no, I can't use the Crazed Alchemist to boost my damage in any way. All my guys have got more power than toughness. Not gonna bother trading or any crazy business. Just going to keep getting that damage in there. Now he's super duper low. Take it he doesn't have a Holy Nova. Wouldn't really help him that much at this point anyways. Because it would just not do much. It'd kill 3 of my minions, but I'd still have 2 left. They're both quite capable of killing him. He says. I've got a taunt guy. You can't do that. Respect the taunt. you gonna do, buddy? Holy Nova. Okay, like I said, I still got 2 minions that can finish you off. So congratulations on Holy Novaing me, but you're at 5 life. That's not gonna do it. And he is toast.
Well played.
Justice shall prevail.
Adios, amigos. Another win for P2APC Arena Run. I'm unstoppable. All the way up to 5. This is where I traditionally start to lose games, though. See if I can go all the way. The 12-0 run. I've been waiting for it. Never really been come close to it. I think the most I've gone is 8 wins in a row without losing. Oh, I have won 9 one time. Back when it was still, you could only get up to 9. I actually lost my first 2 games and then won the next 9. It's kind of funny because I was really on tilt after losing the first 2. I almost just retired. And I was like, ah, fuck it. If I lost the first 2, there's no way I can go very far with this. I may as well just quit. I was mistaken. I hung in there, and I did go all the way. Abusive Sergeant's a slightly awkward turn 1 play against the Paladin, but oh well. I'm still doing it. I'll skip board control. I like board control. He's got nothing. Hopefully he just uses his hero recruit, and then I eat it up with my 3-2. Or hero power, but I'd rather use 3-2, and then summon another 3-2. Harvest Golem, good card. Trades generally effectively with my stuff. I think I'm just going to drop another 3-2 here. My only real decision is if I want to trade with his guy. I'm not going to. I thought about it. It's so awkward to trade with a Harvest Golem when it's just going to summon another one that can kill another one of your minions. Alright, so that guy's being a bit of a pain to me, but such is life. I can probably just buff up a guy. I will trade this one. That's a good trade. The other trade is not good. This Harvest Golem's kicking my butt. But I've been getting some damage in the meantime. Whittling him down. Ah, it's True Silver Champion, nice. True Silver Champion, very good card. No denying it. I could just nuke his 2-1 here. Since you were 3-drop, that's probably what I'm going to do. The alternative would be just playing the Azure Drake, but he can just True Silver Champion to kill that. I'd rather just get rid of his board and a couple things on my own side. Still working on that Sea Giant. It's hard to, Sea Giant's a good card in any deck, but this is a deck that doesn't really synergize with it at all. You're not going to be getting off very many early Sea Giants in this deck. He actually... Okay. Interesting, because he had the Kodo, I guess he was happy with that line of play. I don't know if I would have been. Got some choices here. I think I like just dropping the Gurabashi Berserker down, though. He just played the Stampeding Kodo. I don't think I'm going to worry about another one. Eat Kodo for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I should be able to cast Sea Giant next turn. I think our minions will both stay on the board, and you should cast at least one more. It's always nice to play 8/8s.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Alright, I like this because I can eat his little guy, and is it what, +3 attack? Yeah, this is really good. First, I guess it doesn't really matter. I could just eat it first, but I could play the Drake. Nah, it'd be silly to play the Drake. Just drop the Sea Giant. It's really nice that killing the 2/2 makes my guy 5/5, who can trade and live with either of his guys right now. Hopefully my opponent's on the back foot here. His board is weaker than mine. He does have more cards in hand, but his life is starting to get a little bit low. He silences my Berserker. I'm okay with that. He's still a 2/5. Still good enough to survive being hit by either of my opponent's minions. Oh, now he's not. Now my opponent can trade favorably, which I assume he will. And what's he gonna do with Kodo? He's gonna hit me. I guess that's a good play. There's no real point in trying to hit my minion since he can't actually kill it. Yeah, I guess I'll play the Azure Drake. Here's where I have a bit of a choice. If I trade with his wolf, I kind of like the idea of trading with his wolf because that means my guy gets like 3 minions. And yeah, it just seems good. I'm gonna trade with his wolf. And I'm gonna do something a bit weird here. I'm actually going to buff my guy's attack, and now I'm going to use Crazed Alchemist on him. I'm not sure this is a good play, but I like having a 6/10 a lot more than I liked having an 8/6. He can continue to keep getting me some more board advantage. I could have just been aggressive and tried to finish my opponent off. I could have done 10 damage to him if I wanted, taken him down to 7. Maybe that would have been a better play, maybe not. The good news about the 6/10 is even if he gets silenced, he just turns into an 8/8. So there's really no point, or not much point, in my opponent silencing that guy. About to make some trades. I'm actually kind of on the back foot here. He's got so much on the board that I can't really deal with it all. Well, I guess I definitely have to take this guy out. And 5, 7, just I've got enough mana to essentially do everything I could think of here.
Someday I'll be just like you. You know they can.
Minor question on who I want to nuke. I guess that's not much of a question. I nuke the 1/1. And minor question on who I want to buff. I guess that's not much of a question either. The answer is you buff the 2/2. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have Consecrate, because if he does, he consecrates and then runs his 1/2 into my 3/3. Maybe I should have been more aggressive here. It looks like instead I tried to just keep going for board control, but it looks like I'm losing that battle. I thought I'd be able to hold on to board control and then close the match out, but I may be wrong. Looks like my opponent was able to wrangle away from me, because now he's got cards in his hand and I'm in top deck mode. I'm in pretty deep trouble. My board still is pretty good, the 6/7, doing some work. He's already traded with 2 minions, that Frost or Sea Giant.
I wonder.
I don't have lethal, do I? No, 15. 16 with my hero power. One short of lethal. He's pretty close to having lethal himself. He's got what? 10? Yep, 10. I guess it's not that close. 2 turns lethal.
Get behind me.
Another taunter, okay.
I must move quickly.
Oh, he has some 10. He's only got 8. But 2/4 had funding thickness. Interesting. Trying to trade with me. I'm not sure I agree with that. I guess he was worried that I could just draw a fireball and kill him or something like that. Play the wolf.
Push forward.
Knock out that guy. I think now I will start being aggressive. Well, actually I might. I don't know. Because if I don't kill this guy, he kills my wolf. That kind of sucks. At the same time, doing 7 damage to him would be really good. Hmm. 7 to him, or save the wolf. I think I'm gonna keep being overly cautious. I don't know. This Sea Giant, I've been using it to try and maintain board control, but I'm just at such a card disadvantage. This is just such a bad line of play. I can't keep board control when I've got nothing in hand. I really need to be going for the kill. I'm playing this terrible. It's like I really am the person who needs to go for the kill, and I'm just not manning up and doing it. I'm being a little pussy. It's probably going to cost me the game.
Reporting for duty.
Well, some choices here.
To Northrend!
Oh, this is a 3/5. I forgot that it'd get buffed up, so I guess he just knocks him out. Is it time to stop being a little bitch? Nope, I'm gonna continue to be a little bitch. Consecrate wipes me out. I'm gonna pretend the Consecrate is the card. It could be the end of my Sea Giant.
Are you ready for this? Medic!
I still don't have lethal. I'm literally one short. Yeah, one short of lethal. FML. I'm gonna keep playing it safe and trade as best I can.
Victory or death!
Well, I was never really able to get board control. I've slowly been working down his card advantage, but he's still got it. Our hero powers at this point are probably going to be canceling each other out. Ah, fuck, he's got kings. The double kings. He's going all in on that one. Well, the bad news is I can't trade with it. The good news is I can freeze it. My god, I could have ended this game so much earlier if I played it differently, I think. But it looks like my slow and steady strategy paid off in the end.
Sir. Well played.
I was really cautious though. I think I had played this match wrong. But sometimes, I don't know, I'll never know. Like, it really depends. It could have, if I tried to finish him off, I think I may have lost if I just tried to finish him off the first opportunity. He may have just been able to kill my guy. Because that's the thing, if I had just attacked him right away with the Sea Giant, then he would have used 2 minions to trade with it and kill it. And instead, the Sea Giant ended up killing, I think, like 4 of his minions or something ridiculous. I think if I hadn't used the Sea Giant to trade with as many minions as it could, he would have ended up with board control, and I would have lost. Tough decision. I'll probably review it when I'm done with this run. Get a better feel, look at all the cards that came after, and think of how it probably would have ended up working out.
Asked for it.
These are all fine cards. Spellbreaker and the Sunwalker, I'm not super fond of. Throw them away and see what I get back. I'd probably rather have the cards I mulliganed away, to be honest, but what can you do?
Well met.
Oh, he's giving me a greeting. Got Fairy Dragon, obviously. She can't be killed by any Paladin shenanigans. Plus, it's a nice little dragon. It's Puck from Dota, one of my favorite Dota heroes. He's got a 3-2. I don't feel really the need to trade with his guy in general.
Someday I'll be just like you.
I like being aggressive. See what he's got. Obviously now you can trade with my Sorcerer's Apprentice, who's in theory a bit better than my Fairy Dragon, but really, in my mind, they're so similar to equal value. I don't really care if he gets one instead of the other. Awesome! He played a weapon that does nothing. This is just straight up card advantage. And not only that, but I draw the Abusive
Get
Sergeant.
in there, fight, maggot. Well played. Job done.
It feels great to get that kind of value from the Acidic Ooze. Really good. That Sword of Justice is such a good card. He took a pretty big risk. Oh, I guess I have to give him the well played back. 3-for-1 Consecrate. Kind of kicks the butt out of my, whatever you want to call my play. I could Crazed Alchemist my own guy here. I think I might do it. It's kind of silly. But I'm doing it.
You love my new recipe.
It's the Super Mana Worm. Kind of doing it because if he plays, no matter what minion he plays, if he just plays one minion, I can polymorph it and then kill it with the 2-2. Hammer Wrath. That's fine. He's getting a lot of just card advantage from me, especially off that Consecrate. Ah, that's a nice draw. I've said it many times that I don't really play around board sweepers, and I just get burned occasionally. And this is a game. I got burned 3-for-1. The way I play, I take these risks, and this is the kind of game where I occasionally get punished for it. So if there's any match I lose, it should be this one. 3 Silver Champion. I don't feel too bad about him killing the easier Drake, obviously, because the Drake is essentially a free card anyway. Got a Flame Strike. It's the Venture Bro or the Kodo. I might just play the Kodo here. It knocks his guy out. But his guy was obviously a free guy. The Kodo survives the 2 Silver Champion, so would Ventrico. The problem with Ventrico is I was worried if I played him, I really wouldn't have a good follow-up play on my next turn, depending how things went. It can be a bit awkward sometimes to play the Ventrico Mercenary and leave yourself with nothing to do afterwards. He's got a lot of like free just card drawing things. He's had Loot Order, Nepta, and Nomish Novice Engineer. Ah, a nice little Direwolf play. Let's see. What's my play? Good Flame Strike. Wouldn't be the best Flame Strike in the world, honestly. I think I'm just gonna play the minions instead. Minions or Flame Strike. Minions or Flame Strike.
I wonder.
The minions do so much. I think I like the minion play more. I'm doing it.
Someday I'll be just like you. You gotta be kidding me.
And not the Direwolf, obviously. Ba-dum. So we'll see what he trades with, if anything. Ideally, I'd want him to attack me and just play a bunch of minions, and I can super value Flame Strike him.
Let me think.
But I don't think I'm going to have that good of Flame Strike in, because I anticipate he's going to trade his 3-2 and then attack me with the 1-2. I don't know, he might like play Kings and try and kill me or something crazy, I don't know.
Behold the might of
Stormwind Champion. Yeah, I guess that's good for him. secret. That's interesting. On polymorphing. So his secrets are there's the 2-1, the eye for an eye, and the 1 health. 2-1 is what I thought it would be. Yeah, the 2-1. That's okay. So I've got a slight forward advantage, and then I've got the Venture Co guy out. I anticipate he's not going to live another turn. My opponent's got some card advantage from his 3-for-1 Consecrate way back on turn 4. Ah, that's a nice play for him. Might just have Flame Strike here now. Could Frost Nova and Flame Strike later. That's probably what I'll do. Violent Teacher and Frost Nova.
I'm ready to learn.
And I guess I'll knock off his Divine Shield. It's kind of telegraphed that I might have a Flame Strike or whatever. Because if I didn't have a Flame Strike, I almost certainly would have used it on his 4-2. But who knows? This is what I meant by Frost Nova can set up good Flame Strikes, because now my opponent's in a really awkward spot where if he plays minions, they're just going to die. There's no good answer for him, really. I think the correct play is to do nothing. But it's a really awkward decision to make. Reinforcing's fine, obviously. That doesn't cost him anything. Oh, he's got a Sea Giant. That's good for him. Really good, really. So I've got the Flame Strike.
I'm ready to learn.
And I think I kill his Sea Giant with my...
Get in there and fight, maggot!
My 1-1. So you can see the utility of these are just there. One of the reasons I like them a lot. I'm in a pretty good spot. I'm in top deck mode, but I'm feeling comfortable. Oh, it's a good card for him. 4-6, hard to deal with. Doesn't straight up kill my 3-5 though, which is important. Ooh, and I get my own Sea Giant. It's very good for me. I'm not gonna attack with 3-6. No point. I've got lots of lethal. LOL. Sea Giant will kill him, and the other things combined kill him too.
Reporting for duty.
What are you gonna do? He's got nothing. He can kill the Sea Giant, but then the other things combined finish him off. That's what I meant by lots of lethal.
Well played.
Instruction
3, 2, 1. That was a good match. It was really close. I survived the Consecrate. I fought back with a really good Flame Strike. Not a whole lot to say, except I'm up to 7 wins. What did I say, this would be an 8-win deck? I bet Ultimate Troll, I'll probably just lose the next 3 games. Say that I'm going to have an 8-win deck, win the first 7, then down the shitter. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But your matches get harder and harder. You can definitely tell my last 2 matches were my hardest ones so far. And it only gets harder. Start facing people who just got really good decks. When you get this far, you start reaching the point where you can't assume that your opponent won't have Consecrate, because at this point, people you're playing against are the people who did draft, you know, Consecrations or whatever the key cards of their class happens to be. I'm guaranteed that this Warlock's gonna have some cheap minions, you know, the Flame Imps, the Blood Imps kind of thing. Guaranteed fact, he wouldn't get this far if he didn't have those cards. That's why it's so hard to get really far in Arena. You have to be able to beat the people who just get the really good stuff. 3-2. I'm fine with that, because I've got, or sorry, it's a 2-3 and I'll have the flip.
just like you.
If he plays a Blood Imp, though, which he probably will, then I'll kind of be grumpy. I'll just have to Fireball his thing. Or actually, no, I'd Arcane Explosion.
Mind if I roll need?
Arcane Explosion's really good to have against Warlocks. He's being very aggressive here. Taking some card disadvantage in exchange for gaining some board advantage. So, I could play the Sorcerer's Apprentice, which just gets eaten by his Loot Order. I'm just going to play the Earthen Ring Farseer here. Not the best play, but better than the alternatives. Really want to keep the Arcane Explosion for when he plays a Blood Imp. The odds of him playing it before then, oh, that's, I thought the other one, but another 4 damage nuke. Alright, he's kept the board advantage. I just need to survive somehow and claw back into the game. I don't mind playing the Sorcerer's Apprentice now because I've got the mana. Fireball his Loot Order, prevent it from just eating me. Twilight Drake, 4/4, doesn't deep value yet, deep value. 5 mana, bit of an awkward spot, don't have any great plays. Probably just going to drop the Gurubashi Berserker. Don't want to play the Mana Worm and the Vile Teacher because he would just kill the Mana Worm. I think I'm in a good spot with the Argent Commander in hand. Let's make me feel confident.
Murder!
I hope you like my invention.
Definitely like the
To no
Commander play here. And
Victory!
as well kill 4/4 with it. I'm pretty low on life. I can't try and race him. Knock out the Novice guy and pump up my Berserker. Let's see if he continues to be aggressive and try and kill me. It's probably what I'd keep doing if I were him. He's getting me kind of low.
I will enjoy
Felguard. I'm not too sure about that for him. Or the Succubus. He is... I don't know. He's given himself a good board, but he's kind of all in on it, and I don't think it's a good enough board. I really don't know about his plays here. I think he's in trouble. We'll see. As for me, what am I doing? Well, I'll be killing this with this. I knew I said I didn't want an Arcane Explosion, but no, I guess I won't.
victory or death.
I guess I just play a bunch of stuff. Play the Man Worm. I'll use Dark Iron Dwarf to buff it up to the point where I can trade with these guys. And then I'll just play it. See, I anticipate that he's going to want to trade with my minions at this point.
Tazdingo! Yes!
Yeah, the 8/3 is obviously a threat. He may not trade, he may just attack me for 4/3. It's not really a hugely favorable trade for him. Yeah, this is a good player. He's making the same sort of decisions I would make in terms of how to attack. So I definitely am going to give him some props for that. Now, a little bit awkward here because I really need to use my hero power to kill off his Tazdingo, which means I don't have quite enough mana to do all the other stuff I want to do. Just a question of whether I want to play the Water Elemental or the Violet Teacher here. I believe the Water Elemental is the correct decision. Could have used an Arcane Explosion there just to buff up my Mana Worm, but obviously if I have the Violet Teacher on board, then giving 1/1, I kind of want to get a more valuable Arcane Explosion out. He is your Drake, that's interesting. Because, well, I'll just play it. still don't think I'm at the point where I want Arcane Explosion, even though it's a double damage Arcane Explosion. Just gonna
Pay
drop
attention,
Teacher,
class.
Done.
knock out his Sky, knock out the other guy. He can get some damage in. Got some pretty good board presence now. Starting to hurt my opponent.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
I smell blood.
Guess I'm gonna have to do the Arcane Explosion at this point. Actually, do I have lethal? I should probably do the whole lethal check. 10, 13. So yeah, I've got lethal.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
I am ready to learn.
Eat lethal.
I am ready to learn.
Instruction begins.
Yeah, I sneak out win number 9 against really aggressive all-in Warlock deck. You know, all those typical Warlock cards with a double-edged sword. I managed to fight through his kind of suicidal board advantage that he gained himself. He went all in and got taken out. So I'm pretty happy about this run, obviously. Winning 8 in a row is fantastic. I thought that this would be an 8-win deck, and it got those wins right out of the gate. So at this point, even if I do lose 3 in a row, I'll be happy. Obviously, that's a terrible way for things to end, but you can't complain about a run where you win your first 8 matches, no matter what happens in the other ones.
You asked for it. My magic will tear you
Abusive
apart.
Sergeant's a bit awkward against other mages, but hey, not gonna stop me from playing it or keeping it. The Geomancer is also not a very good card, but hey, can't win them all. I get the Mana Worm, which I like to see. I do have a bit of a choice here because I think I've even been in this position before where I got the coin. I could coin the Beast of the Sergeant out, but again, because I'm against a mage, I decline that choice. What do you got, Magey Poo?
Someday I'll be just
Sorcerer's
like you.
Apprentice, eh? Well, I can't kill that. I can trade with it favorably with the help of the Crazed Alchemist, though. Assuming I do all my other stuff, too. But then he's gonna fireball me.
What to do? What to do?
I think I'm gonna do it anyway. So I'm Crazed Alchemisting his guy. Take it down to 2 attack. And then I'm coining. Needlessly buffing my guy. And I really hope that he doesn't Arcane Explosion me, I guess. He's probably just gonna Fire Blast my Mana Worm. But I've gained a pretty decent board position. Which was essentially my goal. Get this little board built up. Hopefully he doesn't Blizzard or Flame Strike or Arcane Explosion it down. So many ways for a mage to ruin my day.
It's time for a little blood.
I guess I may as well just trade with his Berserker. Not really that much point in doing it, actually. Could just try and finish him off instead. I'm gonna do it. Keeps my Kobold guy on the table. I kinda like my Kobold guy. I didn't want to just do 1 damage to him and leave him on the board as a 5/2 either. He just chips away at me for 5 damage. I wouldn't like that at all.
I hope you like my invention.
So my board's really kind of underwhelming here. He's got so many cards. I feel like he definitely has an advantage. He's got the card advantage. Whether or not he can translate that into the board advantage, he needs to take this game away from me, remains to be seen. Now, definitely trading there. I'm definitely doing this. The only question here is which minion do I want to play? There's advantages and disadvantages to everything, but I feel that the Gurubashi Berserker is the right decision here. I don't really need the extra power of the Ventricle Mercenary, and I feel that the risk of playing him and then getting frozen with any of the mage things that can freeze, and then because of him being frozen and stuck on the board, I just wouldn't be able to play any of my other cards. It's a risk I really couldn't take. Alarmabot? Do I let that slide? I don't think I can let that slide. No, no Alarmabots are living today. One awkward point is how do I want to kill it though, because I have some choices in that regard. I think my best bet is just to nuke my own Gurubashi guy. Have him do it now that he's strong. Next turn, in all likelihood, the Ventricle Mercenary is coming down. I've entered Flame Strike range though, so I don't want to overcommit to the board too much. Polymorph? It's inconvenient. Well, I can silence my 11-4, which makes him 2-7, which isn't really that good. I can silence my Water Elemental and just have it trade away with his guy. I might do that. It's pretty bad against Flame Strike, though, is the only problem with that line of play.
I wonder.
Or I could just Sorcerer's Apprentice and then play the Ventrico, which is still also bad against Flame Strike. I'm just going to silence my Water Elemental.
Your magic shall not save you.
Knock at his guy with it. I don't think I really want to play the Sorcerer's Apprentice here, though. It's too all-in-y. Odds of Flame Strike too great. This is what I was mentioning. When you get to this far, you really have to assume that your opponents have things like Flame Strikes. I don't want to walk into such a 4-for-1-y Flame Strike. He can take us 3-for-1 and get out of here. Another Cone of Cold, that's annoying. Well, I still don't want to overcommit and get Flame Striked. So I guess I just Arcane Explosion, which is not a good use of Arcane Explosion, but the best way to kill that guy off. And end turn. Come on, let's see the Flame Strike, buddy. This guy's up to 14 power. If he ever survives to attack, it's going to be bad news for my opponent. Very bad news. It's one of the reasons why I'm not overcommitting to the board, because my board is strong enough that as long as this guy lives, my opponent's dead. So the only way I can lose is if this guy dies. So I just think of the situation in which he dies. Oh my god, more freeze on. This Gurubashi Berserker, he's coming out of the Ice Age. He's been in a freezer somewhere. So I got my own Flame Strike.
Die, Mage.
I guess now the clear play is to trade, nuke. Just not sure if I want to play my Sorcerer's Apprentice. I don't think I need her. Play the Ventrico. This game, Mage is so annoying to play against them sometimes. I'm really playing around the Flame Strike, where I could have just probably gone all in and ended it. Blizzard, honest to God. How much free freeze in half. Hoive. Well, I don't really have any good plays here. Flame striking his Yeti is not exactly the best play, but I think I'm going to do it anyway. This is what I say to your Yeti. I say, die, Yeti, die. Oh god. Everything I've done this match has been a wrong decision. Looks like my call on the Flame Strike was incorrecto mundo.
Truth is my shield.
I will drop the Sorcerer's
Someday I'll be
Apprentice.
just like you.
Then nuke him. Urka durka burka. So I really played this one wrong. I was assuming he was going to Flame Strike me, but instead it turned out he was going to freeze me until the end of days. Now I've lost, I'm pretty sure. I can't get board control back. That water elemental is too strong. Well, Frost Nova I guess will help me a little bit.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
I'm pretty boned though. I'm disappointed in how I played this one out. He had so much control.
For the crusade!
Not sure what I want to draw here. Kodo. Well, that doesn't work. It almost works, but not quite. Still gotta play.
I don't have enough
Whoops.
mana.
That was kind of dumb. Oh well. I would have rather played the Kodo, I think, than what I did there. What are you gonna do? Except not be bad. The lack of direct damage is really killing me too. If I just had bloody fireball,
The frost wolves stand
I would have
ready.
been able to close this one out. Well,
Just like you.
I don't see me winning this one. He's gonna eat my guy up. Probably just trade with my other guy. I think he's in the driver. He's got 2 cards in hand to my 1 on my turn. I've got, well, half a card less in my deck. I'm pretty sure he's got me. What are like my really good top end cards? My big depth creatures. I played my Venture Pro Mercenary already. This four is not the answer.
Don't mess with us!
There's not much I can do to gain this one back. I really had to just be more aggressive. I feared the Flame Strike too much.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
After all my talk of me not being a person who cares about things like Flame Strike, I try and play around it and it kind of ends up costing me the match. Should like follow my own advice better, I guess.
Suck steel.
I really do have to finish that guy off. I can't afford to take that much damage.
Pay attention, class.
I did 1 damage to the 2-1, but more than likely the next turn I'll end up killing the 4-4. Well, no. It really depends. I don't know. I should have just hit. Yeah, I think I should have done 3 damage to the 4-4 instead. That was a misplay on my part, because he can always just. I don't know.
We have many secrets.
I really don't know. I'm at 9 health against a mage. His deck was honestly probably better than mine, but that doesn't change the fact that I think I should play this better. Get a polymorph, that's something.
I'm ready to learn.
In the other good news category, I can
Instruction
kill this and
begins.
air quotes live. But 1 health things against a mage don't live very long. Pretty dead. If he's got a fireball, I'm dead. He's going for me. Does that mean he's got the fireball? Looks like he's got the fireball. Life's not fair. How come he gets 2 fireballs and I don't get any? And he has Blizzard. What a jerk. Oh well. That game was winnable, I think. Just, I tried to play around Flame Strike and it was a mistake on my part. Not much to say. Sigh. Can't win them all. Can only win 8 in a row. No 12 win streak today. Mages are one of the hardest classes to play against just because their kit is so like versatile. There's so many different cards you have to play around. It can make things tricky. They've got the flame strikes, they've got the freezes, they've got the polymorphs. They've got answers for just about everything. Even their secrets, they can sometimes annoy you with their secrets too.
I will fight with
It's tricky.
You asked for it.
Mages, I find, of all the classes of secrets, are the one where you're like, ah, what bloody secret does he have? You have to worry about him copying your minion, so you can't play your good minion right away. You can't attack him with a good minion. Can't do anything. Mages, I tell ya. And I'm complaining about mages as a mage myself. Now, paladins, you know what to expect from a paladin. They're just going to consecrate the Intrusible Champion to death. I can respect that. Pretty good start for me.
It's time for a little blood.
You guys have to trade with that since I'm about to play Direwolf. Otherwise, we'll just kill my Direwolf. That's no good. I'm in a pretty bad spot here with no good turn 3 play. Thankfully, he apparently doesn't have a good turn 3 play either. He's got a secret. It's probably the noble whatever. Noble sacrifice. Let's see your noble sacrifice. I don't know. That means it's definitely the 1 health. I'm going to be playing a 1 health something on my turn. Probably 1 health Violet Teacher. Not much you can do with that.
Reporting for duty.
I would have preferred to play the Water Elemental if he didn't have a secret, but since I know he's got
Drink
that
with
1
me,
health
friend.
secret. What's he doing? Should have done that in the other order. How well. Unless he's got like a Twilight Drake and he just wants to make his Drake be bigger. I suppose that's possible.
Pay
Here's
attention,
my 1 health
class.
Violet Teacher. Secret! It's a secret! I'm shocked. Absolutely shocked. I did not see that one coming. Not too sure about trading there. It protects my Violet Teacher. And I do have some spells, so I kind of want her to live. But I don't think she's going to die or live.
Reporting for duty.
I probably should have just gone to the face.
Reporting for duty.
Well. Choices. Comes down to the Gurvashi Berserker and the Venture Bro. Against a lot of cheaper minions. I like the Berserker more. Too bad that my Violet Teacher is going to die. I could just actually... Maybe I'll just Frost Nova, because it saves my Violet Teacher.
What to do?
I'm doing it. Eat Frost Nova.
I'm ready to learn.
Now I got a choice between the Geomancer or just fireballing one of the little dudes. The problem with Geomancer is he's really bad against Consecrate, but screw it, I'm doing it. Oops, did I forget to attack? I forgot to attack. I'm terrible at this game. And there's the Consecrate. I'm on tilt now. This is me, really angry. Can't tell. Make a mistake.
Reporting for duty.
Well, what now? I guess I just put the water elemental and nuke one of his dudes. He should have taken 3 more damage, and I should have a Cobalt Geomancer in hand, and he should have 1 less 1/1. Those are the 3. That's the sum of my errors. If one of his minions should be dead, I should have another card, and he should have 3 less life. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Q. I should suck less. Quality. Oh well. Essentially just 1-for-1s with my water elemental. I can live with that. Because he played a 1-4, I'm probably just going to drop the Ventricle Mercenary down.
Reporting for duty.
I've got enough mana that I can cast minions that even if they cost 3 more, I can still cast them.
You gotta be kidding me!
And again, that 1/1 should be dead. I should have 1 more life now, too. I keep adding on to the... Like, that's the thing about mistakes, is... Even though the mistakes in the past, the effect that the mistake is out on the game continues. Humility? Well, that's not good.
The might of Stormwind.
It's really bad, in fact. Ah, well. Let's see. I've got this 1/6. It's kind of a piss off. I guess I just buff him up to a 2/6.
We
Just make him
must
kind of
cleanse
regret.
the Sunwell.
That guy should be dead. My mistakes are really big. Nuke the 2, 3. Actually, that was a bad nuke, because he's going to trade with my Shadow Sun Cleric now. I had Flame Strike. There's no real reason to do that. Should have hit the... Yeah, I definitely should have hit the Stormwind Champion instead, because it would take him down to 6/5, and then I could have killed it with Flame Strike and the thing. That was a really big mistake. I'm playing terrible. I deserve to lose this one. Last game, I don't think I deserved to lose. I made a choice. It was arguably an okay choice. But this game, I've just been making lots of just bad choices. He's got kings for his guy, that's the problem. I'm pretty much just dead at this point. Not coming back. Want to buy the priest card Master Spell. Give me Master Spell. Even that wouldn't save me. Well, what can I do? I can